Well, welcome back, everyone. We are celebrating Police Chief Week here at the station, and we have invited to the station Lima's Police Chief, Angel Cortez. Welcome, Angel.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you here. And so, Angel, I know that you just had a big trunk or treat event that just happened recently. How did that go for everyone?
So that was this past Saturday.
Yeah.
And it was a wonderful turnout from the community. We had hundreds of kids there, all in costume, and their parents. And the reason we do this is because we want to give them a safe place to go.
Yep.
And by safe, we mean during the daylight hours, away from traffic, in a secure area where there's police officers and people there to make sure it's safe. And what's important about this is, you know, you think about Halloween, you think about just giving candy to the kids, but it's really a community event.
It is. It
Over
really is.
40 businesses participated in this.
Wow.
And they came out and they gave candy to the children. They participated. So it brings the community together. And it's just a great, wonderful event. And for the second year in a row, and this is the second year we've done it, we've had beautiful weather.
Well, that's, knock on wood, you know, it'll happen next year again. Yeah. My big question, did you dress up?
I did not dress up, but before we move on from this, I can't thank the West Ohio Food Bank enough.
Yes.
They've really been huge in this community,
right.
And they've partnered with us in many different things, and this is one of the big things that they partners with us with. So
that's true. That's
a great
true.
thing.
Well, also we want to say thank you to you guys because you guys do such an amazing job within the community in the Lima area. You know, I can't even imagine how difficult the job would be, you know, last minute decisions and, you know, all the things that you have to go through every single day. And so, you know, some of the things that I think about is mental health. And
right.
Mental health is a big issue, I know, for everybody out there. But also I can imagine for you guys, like, is there something that you guys are planning to help with mental issues that maybe people need to help, you know, just to work on, or
sure.
just need the extra, just a little help to get through?
We've had a peer support program for quite some time, but we're trying to expand on that.
Yeah.
And I have Sergeant Garlock, who's in charge of bringing this program together for us. And we're going to include counselors. We're going to include a peer support program. We're going to include other parts of this to bring it all together. But you got to remember, you know, when police work, it's these men and women go out there every day, and they see things that you couldn't imagine or would even want to think about.
Right.
So we have to make sure they're okay. And we have these things that we call trigger calls, that if there's a certain call that goes out, and I won't be specific here, but when that officer comes in, we make it a point to talk to that officer,
yeah.
or at least offer them the ability to have counseling or peer support. But by December, that'll be formalized, and we'll have a real nice program going on at the police department.
That's good to hear, because like I said, you know, there's also a stigma that, you know, police officers sometimes, you know, they're your enemy, but you're not their enemy. You're there to help. You know, our community needs you. They survive with you. You know, you're out there just, you know, making sure everybody is safe and secure. And so that is something that people need to remember as well. You know, so that's
exactly, yeah.
You know, so if they, especially if a little child wants to come up, don't be afraid. You know, you're there to help,
yeah.
And so that's
why it's important that we continue doing these community events, because people and children need to see police officers as someone who's there to help and as someone who can be friendly. And a lot of time they look at us the other ways because the only time they see us is during times of crisis.
Right. Exactly. No, I did want to mention distracted driving, because that is something that I've noticed that many wrecks are caused by, you know, people holding their cell phones. You know,
yeah.
There are new laws with the cell phones, of course, and, you know, can you talk a little bit about that?
Absolutely. So who of us have not been sitting at a traffic light and looked over and saw somebody playing on their phone? Or which one of us have not sat behind a car that has failed to leave for the green light because they're playing on their phone?
Right.
Well, that's distracted driving. And now that's a primary offense. So if a police officer sees you doing anything to manipulate your phone, you can be pulled over for that and issued a citation. The first citation is $150, 2 points on your license.
Yeah.
And then it's $250 and 4 points. And it goes up to $500 on the third offense, and a 90-day suspension. And then you have to pay a reinstatement fee to get your license back.
Right.
So not only are you getting the ticket, but it's a deep cost to you in the long run. So if for nothing else, save your bank account and forget about that. Just put the phone down. If you're not, you know, we don't have a problem with you talking on a speaker, or just mount it and leave it somewhere. But just don't touch it. Don't manipulate the phone, and you won't get stopped. But it is a primary offense, and yes, it causes a lot of accidents, and that's why they had to do this.
I'm gonna say the law's there for a reason.
Exactly.
You know, the amount of the statistics I've read about, you know, people that just ran into a head-on collision or something like that just because they were texting and driving, or playing a game even on their phone, or watching a video or something. You know, the eyes are on the road, of course, and that law's there for a reason, you know, just for the protection of you and others that are on the road, and maybe people that are passerbyers that are maybe crossing the street or on the sidewalk, you know.
Sure,
so,
absolutely.
You know, so we always got to keep in mind all of our surroundings, of course. Now, one thing I did notice that you have a bright pink badge there.
Yeah.
Can you explain a little bit about that for me?
So this badge is the police department this month was allowed to wear this badge in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Yes.
And last year the officers purchased these badges, and a portion of the purchase went to research for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So it's just a way for us to show our support. I don't know of anybody who hasn't been touched by somebody in their life that had breast cancer or some form of cancer, and that's a devastating diagnosis. So we just want the community to know that we support the people who are going through this crisis. And then next month we roll into No Shave November, which is another support month for cancer awareness. And the officers will be allowed to wear a beard like I'm doing here today, and they just make a small donation, whatever they want to. And then last year we gave over $1,300 to the Children's Hospital.
That's awesome. Well, Police Chief Angel Cortez, thank you for everything that you do for the community. Thank you for your department as well, and thank you for watching.